It's Tuesday, February 25th, and here's some of the news beyond the headlines. South Korea started its annual joint military exercises with the U.S. on Monday. They'll last until mid-April and will involve nearly 13,000 American troops. The North Korean government criticizes these exercises every year, calling them an act of aggression. Last year, Pyongyang threatened the U.S. with a preemptive nuclear strike. The American military responded by flying stealth bombers over the Korean peninsula. This year, tensions could be just as high. The exercises are happening at the same time that North Korea is hosting a reunion for families separated into the North and South during the Korean War. The CEO of Exxon is against fracking, at least in his own backyard. Last week, Rex Tillerson joined a lawsuit to stop the construction of a water tower that will be used for fracking. Now, that water tower just happens to be located near his 83-acre Texas ranch. Exxon relies heavily on hydraulic fracturing, or fracking, as a core component of its business, despite its controversial and risky method of extracting natural gas from the ground. Even though Tillerson has spent years convincing the public that fracking is harmless to the environment, the Exxon CEO seems to have had a change of heart. The armed Islamist group known as al-Shabab, who until recently controlled much of Somalia, has vowed to strike back. An al-Shabab spokesman said they'll take back the territory the group lost in 2013, when an AU-led force routed them from their strongholds. Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohammed said al-Shabab will be gone by 2014, but the group still remains a threat. Last week, al-Shabab claimed responsibility for a bold attack on the presidential palace that left a dozen people dead. In Moscow, more than 400 people were arrested for protesting outside the trial of 8 activists who were also arrested for protesting. Those 8 activists were protesting the results of a 2011 election that put Vladimir Putin in power for a 3rd term, an election they claim was rigged. Police estimate that on Monday, about 500 people took part in the protests, in which 420 were arrested. Among those detained were Nadezhda Tolikonikova and Maria Olohaina from Pussy Riot. These arrests illustrate just how dangerous it is to engage in even a peaceful demonstration in Putin's Russia.